So H&M has a long history. We were founded in 1947 in Stockholm, so we have more than 75 years of history. So the expansion from the beginning was a lot around Europe and the neighboring countries to Sweden and Northern Europe, and then global expansion really started to take off in the early 2000s. And of course, for quite some time, Brazil has been on the map, given it's a large market with customers really passionate about fashion and who we believe really will appreciate our offer. But for that sake, it was also important for us to enter Brazil in a way that would make sense when we would be relevant for the local customers. We offer even some locally sourced products. So all the shoes that you see in this store is locally produced in Brazil. We have a couple of swimwear orders that are also locally produced, and we're working on starting to source denim in Brazil. So that is a work. Normally we don't do that. That's something we do specifically for Brazil to make sure that we're relevant. So that has made this process a little bit longer to make sure that we can be relevant. In Brazil, as well as all over the world, we want to be fast to be relevant. So make sure that we are quick on making sure that the garments here are relevant for the customer. So quick to pick up trends, but we don't want the customer to just use it once. We want our pieces to be worn for a very long time, and that we create long-lasting pieces. So we don't want to be the fast fashion company where customers buy products to wear once or twice. We want them to buy products that will live in their wardrobe for a very long time, and that they hopefully over time will also be able to resell. We are not luxury, we are for the many people. We want to invite many people to meet us. We are not for a selected group of few people. We want to really welcome everyone to discover their style at H&M. Latin America is one really important part of our expansion strategy. We are also expanding into markets in Asia. We're also expanding further into certain markets in Europe, but Latin America has been a great success for H&M. We are opening online, which is available to everyone in Brazil, but we also want the customer to be able to meet us in the physical store in more places than São Paulo. We're starting with São Paulo, given the size and the importance of São Paulo as a city, but of course we want to expand wider into many more states and many more cities to meet the Brazilian customer. I agree the industry needs to go through a lot of change in the years to come, and we have over the last 20 years invested heavily into sustainability to be part of that transformation. So we have set science-based targets along the Paris Agreement to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 56% by 2030 compared to 2019. So far we are on that journey. So 2024 we reduced our carbon emissions by 24% compared to 2019. So we start to decouple growth and sales from carbon emissions. And the most important thing is to work with our suppliers and help them to transition from carbon-intense energy sources like coal, natural gas, oil, into sustainably sourced energy like wind, solar power. So that's the biggest change that we have done, and that's why we start to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. The other important part is innovations in material. How do we develop materials that are not from virgin fibers, but that start to become recycled? But here there needs to be a lot more innovation. So H&M is investing in a lot of startups to speed up the innovation around new, less impactful materials. So we believe as a big company, we have a big responsibility to transform the industry because the industry needs to be transformed. And we are really focused on how we work with our suppliers and how we develop new, less impactful materials so we can be part of leading the change of the industry. And that sits close to our heart.